Howdy, hello, and welcome back. No, your eyes did not deceive you. My game crashed, and because it crashed, it did not save any of that fight, so now we have to redo the whole thing, which is super frustrating because I was really having fun with that. Oh well, we're gonna skip all of this, help the dragon fight, let's go. Let's do this. Well, at least now we know we can do it. That's the good news. And look, I don't have Black Rayla. Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. Come on, give me Black Rayla.
Behind me.
I didn't get her. Okay, well this is going to be a very different fight now because I don't have her on my team. I don't have anybody who can spawn her on my team either. And I don't have Xavier on my team to give charges to anybody. And I don't have the Strays of Spala to add that extra fire damage I had last time. So this will be interesting.
As you command.
I could kill the dragon. It has to be possible.
Watch your heads!
Ah, shite! He's
Catch!
the grace
Yeah.
we're taking.
He's messing us up right now.
Don't like this.
Have her done in a jiffy.
The Demavend!
Something good might come of this still. Okay, whew.
Your grace, he's vulnerable. We must strike now. As ordered.
Okay, he's at 23 health, so if I call the Stray of Spala, he will take 5 damage.
I'll relieve you of that pouch.
He's at 18 health. So he'll be down to 10 if I do this.
Company, forward march!
First things first, let's see what card I get for free.
Should have listened to me old lady. Left, right, left, right.
Okay. Which means now we have to do 10 damage to him somehow, some way. So I can do that, but I don't have restraint, so I won't have to worry about it being a...
Hey?
Who's got high damage? Okay. Okay, so now he's got 6 damage. I don't know what that did. It did nothing.
The chase is on! Ow!
So Black Rayla has nothing left.
Nothing personal, I assure you.
That was a lot tougher than the first time we fought him. But... wait, what happened? Why are we redoing it?
Behind me! Stay to...
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Your Grace, we're taking losses!
You haven't killed the dragon. It has to be.
Yeah.
Sod it. Sod it all.
God dang it.
Again and again.
This is not going even at all better than the last two. I'm a little irked now that I beat it, and now I have to redo it all.
Without hesitation.
Wow, he just took out my whole troop.
As you command. Your Grace, he's vulnerable!
This could hurt. All right, that's no problem.
Got a death wish?
Getting to work.
Jesus, we did it!
That day, many Lyrians perished, either to the dragon's all-consuming fire or to its flesh-rending claws. Yet their sacrifice was not in vain. Together with the dwarves, they were able to grievously wound Celtulis, forcing him to flee. The howls of the wounded monster rang throughout the valley.
That's right, howl, you scurvy snake! Shouldn't they ever attacked us, eh? Damn fuel lizard!
Meave, that's Vavrenik, elder of the town and all the Ferences.
My regards and condolences.
Eh, tain't so bad. If nae for ye, wouldn't there be a stone left unrubbled? To be honest, when I caught wind some human queen come to Mahakam looking for aid, I said a crocus would sprout twixt my cheeks afore I'd vote aye on that.
Who says that?
Gonna be a fear to look in my breeches after, but changed my mind. After what I saw today, what ye did for us, you've the support and undying gratitude of all Ferences.
Thank you. Faced with a Nilfgaardian peril, that means a great deal.
Forgive me for interrupting this tear-tugging scene of interracial reconciliation, but I can't hold back no longer. Vavrenik! Double shice! What happened? Why'd Celtulis attack?
I ken as much as ye, meaning squat diddly. Just flew up, started spewing flames, half the town lit up in a flash.
Sheepshank! 300 years I've been a good neighbour.
What's done's done. Gotta think about the future. The Drake's just taking a breather. Gotta finish him off before he's regained form.
Meaning we haven't much time. He heals like an alchemist's pup. And the nearest guards are miles away. He'll be up flying again before they get here.
Aye, that's what I thought. Perhaps, your grace, you'd...
What? Jest you must.
I ken you're tired through the fight, dinna want to risk casualties, etc. But remember, the beast sleeping on a bed of gold and rubies. All belonging by right to Bruther, of course. But if quibbling some wandered off, he'd nae notice.
I admit that does alter my calculations. Besides, the dragon was badly wounded.
Putting it featherly, blood poured out of him like a leaky bladder. Just needs a coup de grace.
Fine. I'll do the deed.
Ken you'd see the light.
Well, we're gonna do it.
Vavrenik, Vavrenik. This lady's gonna make your rump a regular crocus garden.
Aye, Queen's doing us a great service. One that'll profit us both.
So, where is Celtulis's lair?
Not through here. It's a vast cavern. Ye cannae miss it.
Meave bid farewell to Vavrenek and set out on her way. Did her way lead to the dragon's lair, you ask? Shh. Let's not spoil the surprise.
Nah. Alright, is there some sort of loot?
That stings. Got a blow on it a little. Trista Borheed, and what do you get? A singed bahookie.
Singed Bahuki. Alright, so the Dragon Slayer's up here, and progress is the other way. So let's go ahead and go take on that dragon. Oh look, a shrine. Now my troops will be in good spirits. We'll need to be if we're gonna take on that dragon.
Keltalis' lair was indeed impossible to miss, as would stand to reason, for any space capable of containing a dragon must be enormous. The lair's maw, a black triangle cut out of a vast plain of snow, loomed from afar. Confirming the dragon's presence was the powerful odor emanating from it, one of sulfur and blood.
Well then,
Gascon said.
ready to become a legendary dragon slayer?
My father oft said, never should you count pelts till the hunt is through.
Meve said, dismounting her horse.
It's all the more true when you hunt dragons. He's wounded, yes, but one puff of flame, and we shall be not legends, but corpses. Leave all thoughts of foolhardy bravery behind.
She's smart.
The Lyrians crept across the dragon's threshold. They walked single file, shields raised, watched by bats hanging from the ceiling. Keltalis lay curled up on a bed of diamonds and gold coins turned red from his blood. Seeing how he strained merely to lift his massive head, Meve knew the dragon no longer posed any threat.
Come to finish what your poison began?
The monster croaked hoarsely.
Fine. Do it then.
Keltalis turned over, exposing his vulnerable underbelly, and waited calmly for the fatal blow.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. So you're saying that I can either kill him right here and now, boom, we're done, or I can talk to him. That's... See, curiosity's got to get the better of you in this situation, and maybe if I talk to him, some of my troops die, it's a ruse, boom, I get thing schwengled. And if I kill him, I might get some of the gold, some of the reaping of rewards. But like, they say what happens to curiosity. Oh God, I'm very curious to see what happens if I talk to him versus killing him. And then if I talk to him, I obviously don't kill him, which means the dwarves might see him again, and that might cause an issue down the road when I try to call for their aid to fight the Nilfgaardians. They really put a lot of work into this game, making you think about a lot of consequences. Do I just outright kill him? I might get a card if I talk to him, like a dragon ability card or something that would be really, really useful to my deck. But if I kill it, God, it's so back and forth. You know what? I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm going to talk to him.
Wait.
Meve said, dropping her sword.
What poison?
Keltalis laughed while squeezing his bleeding side in pain.
So they didn't tell you? Lousy munchkins.
Hey! Watch your tongue!
Gabor yelled.
Sides! I didn't ken anything about it.
Keltalis looked the Lyrians over mistrustfully with his snake-like eyes, then began to tell his tale. The caravan Meve had met on the road was different to the others. This time, Keltalis's meat had been pickled in a special brine, one spiked with poison. As the dragon lay curled up in pain, Ferenc dwarves entered his lair and smashed his head.
So if I understand correctly...
Meve interrupted.
You're female?
Correct. Same as you.
Man, those dwarves poisoned him and smashed all of his eggs. That's rough.
All eyes turned to Gabor.
Can you look at me? We didn't peek under his, its tail.
If I may,
Reynard interjected.
these revelations about Keltalis's sex are undeniably fascinating. But I'm more curious why the Ferences stooped to such a dishonorable deed.
That's easy enough to guess.
Meve said.
They were afraid the dragon would soon demand more tribute to feed its young, so they decided to strike preemptively.
To the Ferentz's misfortune, they delivered too small a dose of poison. Infuriated at the sight of the broken eggs, the dragon gathered its strength and flew to the nearest town. Meve saw for herself what happened then.
Oh,
And
so
now
he
it
only
was up to her
attacked
to
because they
decide how the
smashed its
story would
eggs.
end. The dragon had killed dozens, perhaps even hundreds, but had been provoked first by the dwarves' heartless cruelty. Did it thus deserve death or mercy?
So now I could kill him, or I could choose to let him heal and leave Mahakam. Well, okay. Honestly, he's a dragon. I'm gonna kill him. But, hear me out. If he heals, they're just gonna try something sneaky again, which will get everybody killed in the long run. It's a lose-lose. So if I kill him now while he's wounded, I get some gold, I shake out of here, and I get some dwarf allies and fight against the Guardian soldiers in the game. So
I understand
that's my
your
thinking.
pain,
Meve said.
but nothing can justify the massacre you wrought.
Nothing? And what would you have done in my place?
Snorted the dragon.
Pen a letter of complaint to Elder-in-Chief Oak? They killed my children?
I'd have done the same.
The Queen replied, not hesitating a moment.
I'd have sought revenge, knowing what punishment I'd earn.
The monster looked Meve in the eyes a long while, then dropped its head.
I have no more strength to fight. I have no more reason to fight. Do as you see fit.
So now it tells me I can change my mind. They're really trying to mess with me. Sorry, bro.
Meve raised her sword high and swept it down with enormous strength, cutting the scaled belly in twain. The monster bellowed out a long roar and writhed its tail, scattering diamonds everywhere. Then grew still. Keltalis, the last red dragon between the Great Sea and the Fiery Mountains, had breathed his last. There followed a strange silence. No one cheered. No one clapped.
That was
Gascon said, the first to break the silence.
not terribly epic.
What'd you expect?
Gabor said, arms akimbo.
Fanfare and fireworks. The mountain to quake. He up and died. What else would he do?
I am certain, Your Grace,
Reynard said.
that the poets will endow this moment with the appropriate splendor.
I'm sure they will,
The Queen said, sheathing her sword.
for they are liars.
So we get a trophy card. I wonder what that
The
trophy
Queen told
card
her
does.
soldiers to gather a part of the dragon's treasure. Small enough not to bring down the wrath of Bruverhoog, but large enough to fully compensate the Lyrians' losses. And Meve gained the title of Dragon Slayer, though she rarely made much mention of it.
Okay, so now we're Dragon Slayer Meve. And I got 10 Gs? Okay, I got some money to spend. Which means I can probably get that other upgrade I want. I just need to get the wood for it first. I return from the mountains, a Dragon Slayer.
Brown, red, gold. Every dragon's a right bastard.
Ugh.
Brown, red.
Well, that seems like a rickety bridge. I don't necessarily trust that. I want to see what that new card is. Command tent. Alright. So. Ooh, it's... Okay, so it'll replace my Scepter of Storms if I use it. Every 3 turns on turn start, damage all enemies on the melee row by 2. That's pretty cool. So every 3 turns, whereas this one I can just do 2 damage every turn if I want, but I gain a charge. That doesn't have an order. Should I get rid of my Scepter of Storms for that? Because that would easily be better than the Valmir's horn and the Lyrian banner. Nah, I'll hold off for right now. Just real quick though, what can I upgrade right now? Decrease the gold cost of creating units by 25. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Okay. So now this one was 5,000 for 1,000 wood. So I need to save up 1,000 wood. Okay. Well, we got a long way to go. A two-sided fork. Is that a dead end as well? Yes, it is. Let's go there first. Okay. What's going on down here, guys? Drunken Bluff.
Meve squinted, the better to see the scene. Several dozen dwarves had gathered on the cliff overlooking the chasm. All were turned towards a ramp, at the peak of which stood a barrel.
What is that gathering about?
Asked the queen.
Have we a feast day?
Nay,
Answered Gabor grimly.
'tis an execution.
A hairy head peeked out of the barrel. The long, pointy nose and ears left no doubt that it belonged to a gnome. The first Meve had ever seen in her life.
Help! Save me!
The gnome yelled.
They aim to kill me! Cast me in the chasm!
Shut your maw!
Barked the dwarf standing next to him, who then shoved the gnome inside the barrel and covered it with a lid.
Your crimes! The sheer weight of him, eh? No lighter punishment is fitting.
The other gathered dwarves nodded approvingly. Two gripped the barrel, lay it on its side, then lifted it to cast in the chasm, paying the thumping from inside it no heed.
So if I intervene on behalf of the gnome, does the gnome become my ally? Or do I just let him cast him into the abyss? I don't know what he did, though. That's the problem. They leave you just enough context to be like, hey, they're going to kill a dude. Should you step in? But they don't tell you what his crimes are. They don't tell you why they're throwing him off of the cliff. And I've done every encounter I could to do more fights because I like that. I'm going to intervene just to see what happened.
Meve leapt from her horse and, ignoring Gabor's objections, scrambled up the ramp.
Oi! You're not allowed! Hey, damn it! What do you think you're doing?
I think it's obvious. Preventing the execution.
Thanks be to the gods!
Whoa, wench, you've no such right. Judgment's been handed down. Sentencing's done.
Yes, and a cruel sentence it is. One that prompts me to wonder what the accused did to deserve it.
Better to ask what he didn't do, the varmint. Arrived here with his peddler's wagon full of tricks and gadgets. Went from house to house, praised his rubbish to the high heavens, and what's it he sold us? Bombs that go off in your hand. Beer growth formula that makes your hair catch fire. Music boxes for the kiddies. Once cranked, they never plough in stop.
You needed but to loosen the screw in the back and...
Shut your maw, ye roaster. Doesn't it matter all that? 'Cause we'd have forgiven it if he hadn't broken our sacred rules and hallowed customs. Which ones, if you don't mind me asking? Enter the smithy, cap on his head, held nails between his teeth, and poured fruit syrup in his beer. Raspberry. Blech.
just the once, and but a few drops.
You got nothing to explain your villainy, scoundrel. Not a thing. And that's not even the worst. Saved his highest crime for the end. He was in a mine. And he whistled. Ooh. Oh, aye, that's bad. Shouldn't have done that.
Aye, he did. Whistled through his teeth and hummed in harmony a long warble. We all heard it up and down the shaft, and our grand elders were clear. Death's the punishment. Death by barrel roll.
I could buy his freedom. So if I buy his freedom, does that mean he's part of my army at that point and I get a cool card where he can do like some cool gadgety blow up shit? I'm gonna regret this.
Your land, your laws, I shall not argue with them. But perhaps there is another way. Can a bail be posted?
Well, the law does allow for something of the sort. But I didn't see how that job is worth it.
Oh, aye. He is. He is.
Willing I am to take him at his word. Does that suffice?
Aye. But just so's we're clear. No returns, no refunds. Now get the hell out of that barrel, you wee shite.
My lady, I haven't a way to thank you.
That we've yet to discuss. Perhaps first we should learn each other's names?
Aye, yes, of course. What a prat of me. Barnabas. Barnabas Beckenbauer. To friends, Bibi.
Meve, Queen of Lyria and Rivia.
Queen? Cows in the corn, call me honoured. Your Majesty, obeisance due.
None necessary. Protocols for use at court, not beyond it. An inventor you deem yourself. Am I right?
Most assuredly. Though, truth be told, the dwarves saw no ingenuity in my craft. Seems I'm ahead of my time.
Fiery bursts in the palm of your hand. They shall be in fashion one day, to your mind.
Oh, nay, just a bit of misfortune, that's all that was. You see, I mistook mercury fulminate for saltpeter. The vials stood beside each other, see, and...
The details I need not know. But one matter I am curious about. Could you construct a bomb that would explode when desired? For instance, beneath my foe's feet as they stepped over it.
Well, of course I can. It's simple.
Why then? You wish to show your gratitude? You must join my ranks. Assist me to defeat Nilfgaard.
Defeat Nilfgaard? Pure ambition, that is. But I'd have been a barrel of broken bones at the bottom of a ravine, if not for you. I'll do what you ask to pay off my debt.
Okay, so I do get a card.
And thus, for the first time in Lyrian annals, a gnome enlisted with the army. And though Barnabas Beckenbauer was diminutive of body, this new recruit would prove his worth on more than one occasion.
On more than one occasion. Okay, so...
Change your mind, lass, let me know, eh? Got the barrel ready and waiting. Change your...
Okay, so let's look at his card first, see if it's worthwhile. Because, like, it's all great and dandy, he joined my ranks, but if his card sucks, that's going to be a bad news situation. Okay, so his card creates a trinket. Spawn one of 3 randomly chosen cards from a specified faction, and from neutral cards unless otherwise specified. Create a trinket. I'll throw him in my deck, and if it ends up not working out, it just doesn't work out.
Every year more monsters crawl out for spring cleaning.
Ooh, a post. I've learned that you're supposed to use those. Okay. So there's going to be a battle over here. Point of interest up ahead, and a puzzle up ahead right before our objective marker.
The blizzard's blowing in. Your Grace, perhaps we'd best pitch camp and wait for clear weather.
Ain't a bad idea. Said we might be waiting a week.
Then we march on. We've no time to waste. While we ride to and fro begging aid, Nilfgaard...
Let's fight this dragon down here. So it's a standard battle, 3 rounds. Okay, that means I can play to my strengths and save my better cards for the last round. Yep, I didn't even get Rayla. Okay, so I got Xavier. I'll save his card. Get rid of the dual card. Get rid of that one. I got both fire bombs. That's good to know. Get rid of Gascon. Gabor. I'll get rid of Gabor for right now. I kind of like what I'm sitting at right now. Dang it, I should have... Yeah, it's fine. Since I have both of those fire cards, I'm going to save those for the last round. Let's just see what bronze card I can get.
Looking to dance, mate? Catch!
Let's go ahead and set fire to that row. And damage those guys so that they don't create any more harpy eggs. Okay. Set unit's power equal to the unit to its left. So they're down by 1. If I pass and I let them win this first round, I'll have to win the second 2. Or I could keep going and use some of my better cards. I kind of want to wait though. I'm going to pass and try to win the next 2 rounds in a row. Okay, so they won the first round, but I'm going to get some cards. Okay, so I did get Black Rayla. This is perfect.
I smell a leak.
Why are so many harpies spawning? Jesus. Okay. Let's see. They passed? Well, crap. That changes things then. Play one of my low cards. It's fine. Pass. Okay. So I win that second round. I still have Black Rayla and Xavier and my charge order card all in hand. So I don't have to use my Rayla ability to pull them. That'll be nice. I don't like that force duel card being there though. That's annoying. I got a full deck. of all kinds of tricks up their sleeve.
Left, right, left, right.
Cursed traitors.
Yeah, yeah!
Now I'm forced to target one of my own people.
Catch 'em all!
Well, that's dumb. Okay.
Us or them, no other way.
I live to serve you. Fear not. We shall achieve our goal.
So I don't have any more of those fire cards, so I'm gonna have to be creative. So I think Garbor might be the best call here.
You sure about that?
And then is there row damage?
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
I think you'll really like this one.
Man, that dragon is 30 power right now. That's insane.
The chase is on!
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
What you looking at?
If I'm gonna make him duel, I have to make sure I win, so I gotta really work on killing that guy, or getting him at least down to lower power than my highest person, which is 14.
Company! Forward march!
I don't even know if there's any cards that would really benefit. You know what? Let's try this.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Wow, I'm gonna win and they're not gonna have a single card on the battlefield. So I won 146-0. That's awesome. Alright, cool. Yeah, Black Rayla was the right call. Like, morally speaking, no. I should have told Rayla to take it home, you know, move up out of here. But her card is way too effective on the battlefield. She is a really good card. I wonder where that treasure would have been. Okay, so we can go up.
Niamh rode on in silence, endeavoring to work out the length of her exile thus far. A scout's call tore her from her reverie.
Your Grace! You must see this!
With a grave mien, the soldier indicated a track in the snow. The hobnail bootprint was all too familiar. Niamh had seen it before, upon Lyria's sandy tracks, and midst the ashes to which Edirn had been turned.
Nilfgaardian footmen.
Seethed Niamh.
Marched through of late.
Interrupted Gascon.
A day, perhaps 2 days past.
The scouts had learned...
How did they get that far into the mountains?
...with an armed escort had recently arrived in Mahakam. The invaders had brought with them chests brimming with gold and jewels, then exchanged these for the finest Mahakaman-forged swords and spears. A scout gave me one of the coins the Blackclads had used for payment. Upon the coin's back, the Lyrian eagle.
They pay with gold from my vault.
The Queen said through gritted teeth.
For arms that will cut down my fighting men and subjects.
We might yet pursue and hunt them down,
said Reynard, a spark in his eye.
And make certain Ed Dahi never lays hands on those weapons.
You
You might, I can.
Piped up Gabor, who had been listening to their exchange.
But you might also recall, we Mahakimans are neutrals who assure all guests within our borders safety. True, formally speaking, the Nilfgaardians have passed outside them, but attack him a stone's throw from our gates, and you'll see Brewer's rage come out his ears as steam, and out his arse as fire.
So if I attack Nilfgaardian troops inside the gates, my allegiance might...
No war's outcome has been swayed by a few wagons of arms, no matter their quality,
said the Queen, vaulting into her saddle.
Yet if we turn Brewer against us, I dare say we shall never wrest our land from black-clad hands.
The Queen's men regretted her reluctance to attack, but none tried to dissuade her. They knew her too well.
Alright, what puzzle is this? Ooh, the game saved right before this. Cool. Perfect. Custom deck, Spectres of the Past. We're gonna have to probably look this one up.
It's gonna be a right good levy, big and beautiful.
So then...
If anyone asks, you've not seen me.
Interesting.
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
These puzzles are wild, man. Just straight up wild. I need 1,000 wood to finish the next upgrade I want. Didn't know if maybe there was, you know, hidden treasure. So, yeah, this is probably a dead end, but maybe there's some resources up
this
here.
Way.
Oh, Raynard, whatever would we do without you? Plummet off the cliff like lemmings, no doubt.
But alright, here's the objective point.
Meve squinted and gazed off into the distance. It seemed to her that hundreds of black patches covered the peaks on the horizon. Once she had ridden up closer, she realized these were the windows of homes carved out of solid rock.
Our pride this was,
sighed Gabble.
Burra's Rump. A city carved out of mountain rock. Hundreds of miles of tunnels, dozens of steelworks, smithies and forges. Now, it's a vast lair to monsters. They ooze from underground, weave their nests, hatch their young, and when hunger hits them in the gut, they prowl down into the pass.
Meve stood at the entrance to the underground city. The monumental gate, cast in bronze, lay on the ground, folded multiple times as a scroll of paper. Out of blackened windows oozed a stench of rotting meat and mold. The Queen bent an ear to hear water dripping, and, in the distance, a metallic scraping. A sound akin to chitinous scales rubbing against rock.
The soldiers await your order, Your Grace,
said Reynard quietly, as if he feared he would wake the beasts asleep in the caverns.
Do you recall my words as we fled Lyria?
Said Meve, turning to Reynard.
You swore you would retake your crown, even if you had to penetrate hell to do so.
Time to follow that oath.
The Queen inhaled deeply and stepped forward, her sword raised and prepared to strike or parry.
Oh my god.
Moments later, it was swinging, fighting, as the current tenants of Burrows Rump came out to meet her.
Okay, story fight, let's do this. Story battle, special rules, shortened to battle. Optional, destroy the monster nest. Well, these optional tasks are very specific, so I don't know that I can do that, but if only going to last one round, I need to have the right set of cards here. No, no, definitely no. Gosh dang it.
I'd like to make it known that us gnomes don't run so fast. You know, in case you were planning to skip out on the quick.
Every 3 turns, on turn start, spawn a Slizzard. Damage self by 10 whenever a Slizzard is destroyed. Interesting. So there's probably a play on that. Let's spawn a bronze card.
The chase is on!
Ah, damn it! They're hatching! Place is about to swarm with creepers!
Watch your heads!
Thing about slings, they hide well.
A lot of harpies. Why are there so many harpies in the mountains? Like the snowy mountains at that.
As you command.
Again and again and again.
I'm really praying that I summon Black Rayla. And not that trinket guy. We'll see.
Looking to dance, mate?
Let's see what happens. I didn't do it. Oh well. Put a target on.
My pain serves a purpose.
Let's see what I get.
Yeah, yeah!
Let's try it again. Dang it. Well, I can't say I didn't try.
Aye.
Company! Forward march!
Alright, I'm gonna give him 2 charges.
Catch!
Okay, both rows are on fire now. That's good. They don't want to give me Black Rayla. Why?
Ah, should have listened to me old lady.
This way! Follow me!
Alright, we won.
Though wounded, Neve approached the Shaelmar, which lay writhing on the ground. She then ran her sword through its heart, finishing it. Yet so spent was she that she lacked the strength to pull her blade from between the plates of the chitinous armor.
The beast near took me.
She whispered.
It was very close.
The Lyrians reached a vast hall that had once served the clans as their meeting room. The stone benches were covered in sticky slime and insectoid eggs, while bats of varying size hung from the crystal chandeliers. Gascon rummaged through old, weathered bones, surely hoping to find something of value. Gabor, in turn, was at a shut and locked door, grappling with it as if it were a deadly beast. The door finally gave way with a sigh, and the dwarf raised his arms in a triumphant gesture.
It's a storeroom. Should hold miner's tools aplenty,
he said, enthused.
Some barrels of alchemical brews in here, too. Lucky there's no sign of moisture. They haven't soaked through. All's we've got to do is roll them out into the corridor and set a bit of fire to them, and whoomph! We'll have sealed the beasts off from the pass once and for all.
Meve treated the dwarves' instructions as hallowed. Soon after, the mountains trembled from a powerful explosion. Rubble came down and blocked the tunnels. They say the plumes of smoke escaping the window openings in the rock could be seen as far as Aldersburg.
Oh my god. So wait, if that was our objective marker, where's our next one? Ah, that's what I figured. We're gonna go all the way through this pass. Let's find the next fast travel point and call it. And here we go. We have found it. Game is saving. Let's go ahead and look at that new card I got. So that was a trinket. Draw 2 units and set their power to 1. I don't know that I want to do that, but hey, it was interesting.
Your Majesty, allow me once again to express my undying gratitude.
You're most welcome, Barnabas, but please, we haven't need for any formalities when speaking alone.
Well, of course. How might I help you then?
I like to know. No, I must know who I travel with. Please do tell me about yourself.
About me? I've most civil relations with dwarves, as you saw. But is there anything in particular you'd like to know?
Why not start at the beginning? Tell me where you hail from, perhaps.
Oh, right. I was born in the distant south, in Tir Tokhair. My mother was a washerwife, my father, an armourer. Soon as I'd passed 40 winters and could strike out on my own, I left the family, my native parts. So I've been on the road now about, 20-odd years.
Indeed. A rather long while. Did the south simply not suit you?
Oh, I wouldn't say that exactly. It's just staying would have meant stepping into my father's shoes. Then forging blade after blade, plate after plate. Oh, just thinking on it sets my head a-spinning. Not for me, that. No, nature. The world's so rich in mysteries, in wonders left to discover, and ways to make it a better place.
By building bombs that explode in the hand, for instance.
As those bearded fellas say, Mahakam wasn't built in a day. Besides, nobody was seriously hurt by those malfunctions. Not many, at any rate.
At the moment, have you any invention you've worked on?
Oh, so kind. Oh, wonderful, you should ask. See, I've ever had an avian fascination. For birds, you see. Their wings, bones, the structure's perfect. The aerodynamicism, the plumage. In short, I believe I can fly.
I beg your pardon?
Yes. Yes, I'm learning to fly. 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 You've not misheard. I, Barnabas Beckenbauer, will be the first Norm... Oh, what am I saying? The first mammal to free himself of the soil's bondage and soar to the clouds.
But aren't bats also?
Ha! A detail. This is no time to be petty. No, but frankly, my preparations are far advanced, and I'm rather optimistic about my design and prospects. I've calculated every trajectory, every force. It all works out. Just need to do a few more field tests.
Did you have volunteers try it, or did you test the design yourself?
Naturally, I must stay on the ground. Who take all the measurements elsewise. Luckily, there's no lack of thrill-seekers in Mahakam. Most eager to etch themselves into the annals. My first prototype, the Skylicker, I dubbed it. Oh, your majesty, if you'd only seen the beauty. Flew over 120 ells.
Truly? Colour me impressed indeed. Must have made quite the name for himself, your brave volunteer. I'm certain he's caught the eye of every she-dwarf in Mahakam since.
Oh no, he's dead. The landing, it was rough. And then a bear sauntered by, didn't help any. Anyhow, as he died, the dwarf swore he regretted nothing. Brave lad. A bit daft, though.
I see. But the next time you request I try one of your inventions, I'd ask you to remind me of this touching tale. Time I attended to other...
Ah, yes, you're still here. Off you go, then.
That was interesting, and he's an interesting fella. But that being said, I think I'm going to wrap it up. We are going to see you again on the next one. I'm excited. We're at the very end of this section, so hopefully we get to that in the next one.